Get off!
Kenapa tak tidur lagi, ha?
One Uncharted Expeditions is a channel run by two brothers, Colby and Colton, who have devoted their lives to exploring America's forgotten corners. Their videos revolve around urban exploration, capturing the haunting beauty, mystery, and decay hidden within abandoned buildings across North America. This time, they chose to explore an old, crumbling school that's been left to rot for years, located in what Colby describes as a pretty rough neighborhood. The place is infamous as a hideout for squatters and the homeless, which already builds up an uneasy tension before they even step inside.
And step inside.
I'm so out of breath. We just ate a big lunch, and then we try to go running like this. We probably need to get inside, so nobody sees us.
Let's go.
Let's go.
After scouting the perimeter,
After circling the property, they finally found their way in, a boarded-up window that could be pulled open just enough. You know the usual urban explorer way: sneak in quietly, avoid attention, and hope no one calls the cops. The first thing that hits them is the black mold, not just in patches but spreading everywhere. As they venture deeper inside, their flashlights cut through rooms filled with debris and decay, and soon they start noticing something very strange. The doors in this place seem to move on their own.
at this point,
Now the brothers face a dilemma. Since the building is known to be occupied by squatters, it's entirely possible that someone was in that room, someone who wouldn't be too thrilled to see uninvited guests. They stand still for several minutes, debating whether to check it out or leave immediately. Eventually, curiosity wins. When they finally gather the courage to open the door, there's nothing. No wind through windows, no one hiding behind furniture. The room is completely empty. As they continue exploring, they discover signs that people have indeed been staying there. A mattress on the floor and drawers labeled in unsettling ways. And honestly, it's the kind of discovery that makes you wonder what really went on in that building. But the doors weren't done yet.
Yeah, literally right after we walked through that door right there, it shut back on us. And then it opened back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
While walking through another room, something stops them cold. A door that was wide open moments ago is now shut, and suddenly it swings open again. Now I know what you're thinking. Old buildings settle, wind blows through cracks, and maybe there's a rational explanation. Normally I'd agree, but just wait till you see what happens next. At this point, most people would call it quits and head for the nearest exit. But Colby and Colton decide to take one more look, a decision that ends up cutting their exploration short for good.
You watch in front of me. I'm gonna look side to side.
By the time they finally escape, literally kicking through a wooden plank to get out, their fear is obvious. Skeptics might say it's just natural causes, shifting foundations, temperature changes, or air pressure differences. And sure, those are reasonable ideas, but here's the catch. These weren't light movements or gentle creaks. These were heavy doors slamming shut with force, again and again, in different parts of the building. So what really happened inside that abandoned school? Have you ever seen something like this while exploring an old building? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Before we move to the next clip, don't forget to subscribe. Your support means everything. Tristan, a man from France, believes his home is haunted by a highly active poltergeist. He often hears footsteps, and objects shift around even when no one touches them. Eventually, the constant disturbances begin to break him down mentally. Desperate for peace, he hires a psychic medium, hoping to end it once and for all. But instead of helping, things spiral even further out of control.
Got worse.
One night, loud banging echoes from the hallway. Tristan grabs his phone, determined to record whatever's happening. But the moment he reaches the door, things take a terrifying turn. Someone, or something, twists the doorknob violently back and forth. His cat stares, frozen in fear. Tristan slowly moves closer, and suddenly the door swings open by itself. He steps inside. No one's there. So who or what was moving that handle?
A few nights later, convinced the kitchen hallway is the center of all this activity, Tristan sets up a camera to record overnight. What the camera captures will send chills down your spine.
Ouais, je suis en train de me battre avec le diagramme
A box suddenly shoots off a storage shelf and slams against the wall. Tristan checks, but finds nothing unusual. However, viewers notice something terrifying, a faint, translucent figure about the size of a child drifting through the hallway, right before the box flies off. That was the breaking point. Tristan packed up and left for good. What you're about to see in the next clip is hard to explain. It comes from a channel called Welcome to the Woods UK, where the creator documents his outdoor adventures across the forests of Britain. He spends his time wild camping, setting up trail cameras, and filming whatever nature reveals. This time, after a huge storm, he heads out to check whether his cameras survived, but stumbles upon something strange.
We've had one hell of a storm coming here the last couple of days, so I'm just coming in to check the cameras, make sure they're all still okay. We've got no big trees down and all the rest of it. I have found some really bizarre tracks today. This boot print doesn't match my boot print. It does look fairly old. It is very strange and it's quite big. So it's definitely a man or someone that wears a very, very big shoe. I'll just spin you around to show you it. Look at that. That's massive. My BK2 next to it. That looks like a toe as well. There's another impression up there, but this is seriously something worth noting.
There on the ground, he spots a footprint. It looks old, weathered by the storm, but the shape, especially the toes, clearly shows someone had walked barefoot through the woods in the middle of harsh British weather. And if you've ever been there, you know that's not exactly barefoot weather. Uneasy but curious, he decides to set up a live trail camera right at that spot, one that sends real-time footage directly to his phone. Maybe he'll catch whoever or whatever left those tracks.
Right, so all good. I've got the camera just sitting at the base of the tree. I'm going to strap it to this part of the tree here, and I'll be able to do a 360 all the way around to keep an eye on the tracks. We're left just there and there, going through this part of the woodland. Hopefully, if this is someone that's coming in here poaching or just plain messing around, this camera should hopefully catch them, and it'll catch them whether they take the camera with them. I'll have footage of it on my phone, straight directly to my phone, permitting the signal's all good. So we are live. We've got a blue light on there. That's showing me that's got plenty of signal. If you don't mind now, I'm going to get out of here because I've just got a really bad feeling all of a sudden. I think it just might have sketched me out a little bit. I've actually found footprints as well now after all that time has passed. Nothing else has really happened. Right. That is definitely some sort of boot print as well.
From now on, anything that crosses that area will trigger an alert, no matter where he is. Weeks later, he's back for another overnight camp. The camera's been running all this time, and he's finally ready to review the footage. But that night, something happens that makes him seriously question staying there at all.
I don't know if you'll be able to hear, but there's definitely someone out there. Fuck's sakes. 2 seconds. Hello? Seeing that the break of daylight was only an hour and a half away, I did decide to pack up and get going quite early. There was nothing more that happened that trip. I must admit I was more concerned that someone was walking around injured or out there hurt. So I did do a full sweep of the woodland on packing up.
You might think it's just an animal, but there are no elk in the UK, no bears, no large predators making those kinds of sounds. So if it's not an animal, it must be a person. And if it's a person, what are they doing walking through the forest in the middle of the night? When he checks the footage days later, the mystery deepens. The camera records a shadowy figure passing by, distant, blurry, but unmistakably there.
There was an odd little light that came on the camera one night when I was sitting in bed. I had a notification, it pinged on. And then all there was this funny little orb-looking thing, up to the middle left-hand side. I eventually writ this off as some sort of bug that had come down. So let's fast forward 3 days post-camp that you've just seen. Early Thursday morning at 4:12 AM, this figure comes into view. Almost looks like it's trying to pull something down from a branch above, acting in a peculiar manner. Then the camera takes a further 2 still shots of it moving further off to the left-hand side of the woodland. So why is this person there at that time of the morning? And why do we keep hearing these shrills and shrieks? Is it paranormal? I just don't understand.
And honestly, neither do we.
Whether it's a lost hiker, someone hiding out, or something else entirely, no one knows. But one thing's certain, those woods are hiding something. Could it be a poacher, someone secretly living out there? Maybe even a prankster? Or did he capture something far more mysterious, perhaps even the legendary Bigfoot? Though if that's true, Bigfoot sure picked an odd vacation spot. What do you think? Drop your theories in the comments below. The next video was uploaded by a woman from Indonesia. Her account usually features regular workday clips, nothing paranormal. But that changed completely on May 7th, 2025. That evening, she saw someone standing outside the shop door and opened it for them. Only later did she realize whoever she welcomed in wasn't human.
Bisa saya bantu? Mencari apa? Kartu. Oh enggak, sengaja. Oh cari kafe di mana? Yang cowok sama cewek? Iya. Ini saya ada 2 rekomendasi. Cari yang lain ya. Nah, ini lebih segar. Kalau yang ini lebih untuk ceweknya ya. Jadi cowok atau cewek? Orang begitu kan kayak gitu. Oh iya. Kalau dari toko. Sumpah, sebenarnya gue dari sini, aku tuh bukan orang itu. Terus mereka aku ini karena orang ini ada aku bercewek sama cowok. Aku bukain orang. Mana orang ya? Gak usah, beneran. Aku itu udah bilang ada masuk aku lihat orang kan aku tadi bilang di sini. Terus aku bukain no.
In the footage, she clearly opens the door for someone no one else can see. She starts chatting as if a customer has walked in, asking about perfumes for men and women. Moments later, her coworker walks up and asks who she's talking to, and that's when it hits her. She's been speaking to something invisible. She insists she let a woman in, but there's no one there.
After she posted the video, viewers began to speculate.
Internet exploded.
Some believe the woman she spoke to may have met her end just outside the shop on the roadside, while others insist it was simple fatigue, playing tricks on her after a long shift.
What do you think?
So was it the spirit of someone who met their end by the roadside, or just exhaustion playing tricks